Good evening, and welcome to Hodomania by Benjamin Simpson. Today's story is about hiking the Devil's Canyon in Los Angeles. Why is it called the Devil's Canyon? It makes no sense. All I found were a few innocent streams, a whole bunch of harmless pine trees, and some dusty paths, beautifully lacking in civilization. North of Los Angeles, near Pasadena, is the city of La Cañada. La Cañada sits in the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains, and this is where the Angeles Crest Highway begins its winding route up through the Angeles National Forest. It's a beautiful road, all switchbacks and glorious views. 26 miles up the highway is a tiny dirt parking lot. This is the parking lot for the Devil's Canyon hike. It's easy to miss. Really easy to miss. Trust me. You'll drive right past it. So don't forget to set your trip meter to 0 at La Cañada, specifically where Angeles Crest Highway meets the 210 freeway. Note, the story was originally written in 2012, and since then, online information has boomed. So here are the updated directions. Type Devil's Canyon Trailhead, Angeles Crest Highway, Palmdale, California, 93550 into your favorite map and hit go. It's so easy to find now, which is wonderful, but somehow feels like cheating. I miss the days of asking strangers, randomly approaching people who look like they know what they're doing, and asking them how to find the bowling alley, an ice cream shop, or, of course, a canyon named after the devil. The trail entrance is south of the road, opposite the parking lot. The weather was typically Southern California, that is, bright and sunny with not a cloud in the sky. It was February and a brisk 53 degrees up here at 55,000 feet. The highway runs along the crest of the ridge, so the hike only has one way to go, and that is down into the valley. As a personal preference, I like hikes that start at the bottom, head up to amazing view, and then come back down again. The beginning should be the difficult part with a leisurely descent. But sadly, this hike is backwards. But then again, life can't be perfect. As the trail switchbacks down the hill, I wondered about the name. Why was it named after the devil? Maybe this was the actual place where that angel fell from heaven. Or maybe there is tar bubbling to the surface like Lucifer's play pits. Or maybe it was a rapturous church lady who named the canyon. I like the idea of the rapturous church lady. That sounds like a good story. She would obviously be named Chastity. Chastity felt the need to fight the devil residing in her bosom, so she hiked into the San Gabriel Mountains. After many nights of sweaty struggle between herself and Lucifer, she finally banished him on a simmering full moon night in July of 1882. After that, she went on to spend years traveling with her wagon and huge circus tent across the dusty United States, beseeching and glorifying and gesticulating about how she beat the devil in this cursed California canyon. Eventually, she retired to Sierra Madre with a tidy sum of money. She set up a private shrine in her basement for the devil, thanking him for all the notoriety and money. I like that story. I wish it was true. Multiple websites say that this is a 7-mile round-trip hike. The elevation change is anywhere between 1,800 and 1,500 feet, depending on who is giving the information. I was feeling a little tired today, so I decided to believe the 1,500-foot elevation change website. The hike starts with views overlooking the canyon. Green and brown hills slowly taper off in the distance. There are green pine trees, scratchy scrub brush, and hard-packed dirt trail. As the trail leads down the canyon, the trees trap the chill under their branches, which felt cold on the way down, but nice and cooling on the warm way back up. Walking down the hill, looking at the mountains, my mind noticed a discrepancy in the greenery, so it was sidetracked from daydreaming about chastity to daydreaming about climatology. Weirdly, the trees are on the wrong side of the mountain. The trees should be on the western-facing slope, but they are on the eastern-facing slope. I thought about this for way too long, but eventually realized that the devil did it, of course, and I needed to talk to Chastity. She could make it right. Eventually, the trail meets the stream. It's cool and soft next to the water, and the soft swishing of the wind in the trees is drowned out by bubbling water. A short time later, the canyon opens out and converges with two other streams. There's a small plateau with a grassy area, a crude fire pit, and some logs to sit on. I assume this is the campground, which is the turnaround point for the 7-mile hike. It took me about an hour to hike down, which is about right for 3.5 miles or so. Rather than sit on a convenient log in the shade, which would be nice on a hot summer day, instead I sat on a large rock in the middle of the stream. The water burbled, the sun warmed my shoulders, an investigating fly was quickly waved away from my lunch, a bird chirped in a tree, and that was it, so wonderfully quiet. No humans to be seen. Nice. And as I sat there, eating my sandwich and drinking my coffee, there was that same quiet thought that always wanders into my head when I'm hiking. Do I really want to go back? And then I think about my shower, hot water falling on my shoulders, washing off the sweat from the hike, and I know I'm going back to civilization. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.